I am convinced that I'm supposed to be reading these or talking about Christians refraining from sinning for myself as well. Because as I talk about it, I realize that many of us are thinking about terrible sins, fornication, lying, and there's a group of us, I believe most people that listen to these videos, my blog, that are coming up so much higher in the Lord that we sin very little in those areas anymore. Sexual sin. We could fall, but it's so odd. Lying. We're so touchy about losing the anointing on us from God that we don't want to even tell a little white lie. It's like, no, don't involve me. Even if people go, we're just going to go over and we'll say, like, not me. You're going to go over there and say, I'll be staying home for that. Or even if you don't want to talk about that with them, and you feel that they're going to feel really upset, you just don't go. We're all going over here. You come with me. Even if it's with a bunch of Christians, because you know they're not there yet. Because now this is all blurry. I can't hardly see this. This is going to be for me, I guess, to look at later. My own private blog is to remind myself. I call it journal. Because it's blurry. But the Lord is saying to us as born-again Christians, stop sinning. Love me more than you do silver and gold. Love me more than you do the pleasure of men, the approval of people around you. You sin, first of all, you endanger yourself to go to hell. Gossipers are down there, liars, thieves. They gave their lives to Christ, but they kept stealing things. They kept putting the wrong information on forms in order to get benefits that they weren't eligible for. God is sending us people to tell us there are people down there who prayed the sinner's prayer, and they even lived their life for Christ, but not all the way. Not all the way. They kept a sin that they couldn't let go. They didn't sell all and follow Christ. And we do believe, well, he'll work it out for me. He's merciful. He'll fix it. He saved me many times on earth, but he also told you to stop sinning. If it wasn't possible, he wouldn't have told the woman caught in the act, go and sin no more. So we have to stop sinning because we're still eligible to go to hell because we sin. Also, sin allows demonic forces to enter into your life. It gives them the opening, the passageway. Oh, she's doing that. They can go right past all those mighty angels around you. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I get in here because she just did that. And there they come in. And the mighty angels have to stand and let them go in. Because you let them in. You called them in by your behavior. You also must stop sinning because Christ has bought you with a price. I heard there's really a song in church the other Sunday where the singer sang this song that Christ had cheated death and evil and put you back before the fall. That means he busted you up to the front of the line by his shed blood. And you, by sinning, take yourself out from underneath the blessing and voluntarily put yourself back up underneath the curse. And as I say these things for Vonda's tape, and I keep trying to do it so that it won't blur, it's a perfect taping, I hear it over and over again because I'm saying it so many times. I mean, talk about take one. I think I'm on take 27 by now. The hair's not right. This is not that lighting. I just keep on going with that. But I'm going to tell you, when the Lord said right, do more writing on the Tunde book, and I find myself not doing anything on it for another 3 weeks, the Holy Spirit says, excuse me, are you disobeying me? That's sin right there. You better not go to hell right now, because I told you to write those books, and you said no. By not doing them, by letting other distractions come in and take it away from you. I'll swing right back to the Tunde book, do some more illustrations. Didn't I tell you to do some more illustrations for the book? What seems to be the problem here? What? And then the Lord said today, and I'm at 7 o'clock, and I read this morning on Spirit of Prophecy. What are you waiting for? Lord, I don't know what you mean. And he told me a couple of hours later, I will tell you. And that's what I love about him. He will tell us. But I'll tell you what what I mean. And he is. Just now, while I'm blogging to myself, or you, if you just put that up there, let me hear it. I'm hearing him say, that's what I'm talking about. Not just the Tunde book, the second one. The third one is in motion. Keep going with it. The hands, Claudia, I want you to draw. The little baby booties that that Kelly wants you to do for a book. Crochet the booties and attach them to the book. You know, I'm giving you things here and there. Let's go. What you waiting for? Move on it. Move on in it. Rise up. See, in my case, I don't have anything else to do. Did you hear what I said? I don't have anything else to do. It's not like there's stuff going on. I got to go to a job, raise kids, take care of grandkids. I don't have that. I'm taking care of my mother, yes. I'm at her apartment most of the time, cooking, cleaning, about to go do some dishes right now, fix her dinner. She's going to Bible study, to lead her Bible study group downstairs. Make sure she takes her medicine, keep a record of it, look around for her bills, make sure, you know, what's paid, what's not paid. Yeah, okay, now I'm reeling it off. It looks like work. But what I mean is, I don't have a boss. You know what I mean? I'm doing these things that I see around her life that needs to be taken care of, since now she cannot take care of herself. And yet, she sallies forth, and when you see her in the hallway, she looks like the picture of health. Sane and in her right mind. But she can't remember her medicine. And she was having her breakfast at 1:30 this afternoon. Anyway, all of you with 86-year-olds, you know what I mean. And it's all good because she got a daughter that God has blessed to be in a situation to be able to take care of her. But now the building has told her, tell your daughter she can't sleep over. So that puts me back to, probably, I don't know how the Lord's going to work it out, but I know, you know, it just immediately makes me think, oh, Lord, I have to come here every day now from Arlington, which is a good 40-minute ride. But, okay, it will really be no, it's not going to be a job. If I'm to do it, if that's what has to happen, God's going to anoint me to do it. But normally, I would be hysterical to hear that. I heard it and was like, devil, get off my shoulder. I don't even care. Let them say whatever they want. They can't do anything about what God is going to do in my life and in my mother's life. I'm going to be here for as long as he says so. Ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. If he says move on, they can't even beg us to come back. Because God has said we're moving and he won't even let us stop but move. So, I don't know what's going to happen. She's doing much better. She really is. She seems to have taken all her medicine this weekend. I hope she didn't take them all on the same day, but, you know, I don't know. I can't stay and watch all weekend because it's totally not allowed. Let me get my phone. I mean, my phone reminder. Doesn't this take you back to the day when we first started a video blog? and I wasn't all perfect and everything. And I would get up and walk around the room. Anywho, so this is what's going on is, yeah, back in the day when I used to do the video blog. But I mean, I've been video blogging, but I've been getting more and more perfect. And it's like the Holy Spirit has been like, could you knock down with the perfect and just talk the truth thing to the people? Could you? So I'm trying to do that. And you see, I'm trying to get away from looking like the glowworm because the light is so bright on me. But whatever. That's the deal. That's what is going on. The building is saying HUD housing. I'm not gonna blame any person. I'm not gonna blame. This is America. This is what we've said we want. We're the ones that put the people in office, and we're the ones that voted in the program. And this program, this HUD housing program, says if you live here as a senior and you're sick, or you have some disability, or you're not able to take care of yourself, or you can't remember to take your medicine, or you overdose on your medicine like she did last week, her thyroid medicine, too bad. You only get 2 weeks choice, 2 weeks chance to have anybody family to come take care of you. Live-in, you can't have a live-in in Fairfax under the Fairfax plan because, what was it they said? It's too expensive. God knows it's too expensive. That's why he made sure his daughter, Carol, was out of work and practicing compassion, practicing humility to the point where she could come and take care of this mother and is available to take care of her because it's too expensive, so only heaven could afford it. Hence I'm here. And now they're saying, you can't stay there. But God's got another way for me to still be in here watching her. And then I realized this is the week where I'm going to the Black Caucus Foundation thing Gloria and I go to every year, which I love doing. And we've got a room, so we're going to stay overnight. So I'm leaving on Wednesday, and we're going Thursday in a hotel Friday. We're going to have a ball, and we're going to hang out. And then I'm just going to stay with her the rest of the weekend, like I normally do. Come back here on Monday. So Mother's going to have this full time Wednesday. She doesn't even know it yet. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday morning, where she's going to be taking care of herself by herself. And God's going to be in charge. He's going to take care of everything. The next weekend, I hang out with Carol again. That's going to be fun. And I won't be so far. I'll be right here. Then the week after that, I'm going to do another weekend with Carol. That's going to be fun. Well, she's going to head out of town, and I'm going to take care of her animals. So that's going to be cool. And to me, it's like, it's no point. I know Rose just called. Mother just answered her and was trying to explain what happened, why the woman said I couldn't stay anymore. And I know Rose is probably a little hysterical, even though I sent the email and said, don't get hysterical. Be calm. God's going to take care of everything. It's still upsetting to her. Anybody that's not been through everything I've been through and seen God's mighty hand in impossible situations. It's hard. It's scary because you're like, well, what's going to happen if Carol can't stay there? What's going to happen to Mother? Because upcoming ahead of us looms October 5th. But I'm learning to be the virtuous woman. No, the woman who does not fear bad report. So we're looking to the time on October 5th. Go to the doctor, if not before, I may call him before, and begin to take her off her medicine. And as she begins to come off her medicine, we'll see how bad the pain is, how little, how they handle it. My first indication with him, it wasn't good because I said, are you going to start taking her off the meds? That was last month. He says, yes. Let's dumb it down now to 25 milligrams. From 50? Fentanyl? Just like that? Just rip it off like a Band-Aid? I said, sir, she missed a couple of Lyrica, and she was like, I think. So, if you jump another, I don't know, knock it off that fast. He said, oh, okay. Like I was teaching him. I'm like, no, you're the doctor. Don't you know what to do? But the Holy Spirit says, no, he doesn't know what to do. That's why you have Dr. Jesus. The Holy Spirit will tell you, Carol, what to do. So I'm going to be led, as usual, by the Holy Spirit. He's going to tell me what things to do. You know who I am, everybody. Let me find my girl. Oops. Let me find my girl, because you know who I am. You all know who I am, right? You know who I am. You've met me before, and you know my job. I am Florence Nightingale. Mhm. I'm the girl Florence Nightingale, and I take care of those in need. You know it. You know who I am. You saw it? Did you see it? It didn't stay. I haven't used it for so long, so you all might not remember. But I'm Florence Nightingale, and I am under the medical direction of heaven, and heaven tells me what to do for my patients. Yes, I got a degree. I paid for it, and the Holy Spirit knows what He's doing. I don't know why the emotions aren't working. But anyway, that's where we are, and I really don't. I'm really not gonna worry about it. You know, God is gonna provide. He's gonna heal, like He promised. He said it is gonna be a process, so I know to be patient. Wait and see her healing come to pass in any way or form it's gonna be, and not to get upset about it if it's not the way I want it. But so much is going on today. You know, so much is going on where God is pouring things into my soul, telling me things, reassuring me. I woke up this morning to these words, and as I got up out of the bed and began to, make the bed, it was status quo, status quo, status quo, status quo, status quo is changing. I was like, okay, Lord, so status quo, the status quo, and I'm pulling down the bed sheets and straightening up the quilt, and He's like, status quo. The status quo is going to change. Remember, I learned what my status quo was because I was a little confused when He said I had a status quo, and I was like, I don't have one. I'm flittering from house to house and moving up and down. I have no permanent address. You know, I have no permanent place where I am. And He said, that's your status quo. Moving around, having no permanent place to be. That is going to change. Status quo. It's wonderful. 2 nights ago, I think it was, this amazing dream. I'm in Gloria's house, in the guest room, daybed. Must have been early morning. I'm dreaming that Gloria and I are driving along in this little car. My mother has a little car, so it could be that. It seemed tinier than my mother's car. So I'm driving along in this car. You know that means ministry. I'm driving along in this car, and I'm trying all kinds of ways to hold it, everybody. Okay. I'm trying all kinds of ways to see how this video can look as good as it can at this hour. Forget it's getting dark. But I have this dream that Gloria and I are driving in this car, this little car, and you know that means ministry for me. That means those who have heard me talk about my dreams. It means ministry. And as we're driving along this highway, this huge tractor trailer side swipes us. And it's just, I can just see this long silver side of the truck. And it just, the truck is turning, minding its business. But you know how trucks, they get out of control at the backside if you're in the wrong spot. And that's why they have that thing. And I didn't, we were on the highway next to it. I guess he didn't see us. And he started making this turn, and his back, swung out and side swiped us in our little car. And we were airborne. And I mean, we were high up in the air. And I was holding on to the car seat. I was holding on to the car seat like it was like I was seated in a boomerang or a flying saucer or a frisbee. I was holding on to the car seat, and I kept saying, We're going to make it, Gloria. We're going to make it, Gloria. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. And we were just flying around like it's impossible for us to be up that long. And as we started coming down, it was like you're in a hot air balloon, and you've got to come down, and it's been beautiful flying, but coming down, it's going to get bumpy, right? Okay, that's how I was. I was like, oh, we're going to make it, Gloria, we're going to make it. And we landed hard, but I was alive. And I looked over at her, and she was sort of tilted to the side, but I was like, Gloria, you all right? Gloria, you all right? Gloria? And she sort of looked at me with one eye like, like, woof. I said, Gloria, you all right? You all right? You're all right, Gloria, you're all right. Woo. And I sat up, and, we were in the middle of this field, like a wheat field that had actually been, like, harvested, and the wheat was lying, or, the wheat was lying down. It wasn't like you could see us. So people were on either side all around in their cars and living their life, and they saw us, and they started running to the accident. That, oh, my gosh, yeah, those people. They crashed, and they started running towards us. And in the dream, I was still in the car when some of them arrived. They had their cell phones on, of course, they're calling for help. And one of them looks down at me, the black sister, and she said, wow, did you see that? And I got up out of the car, ministry. And I was like, I shouldn't really get up. I should wait for the ambulance, but I felt okay. So I got up and I stood up and I walked away from the field and I walked towards this university that was to one side. And I walked towards it, and I kept going, and I went into the mathematics department. I remember that because, when you go in the mall, you want to remember what door you went in. So when you come out, so I'm going to this university, and I know I'm going to the mathematics department. It's a very big university. But I went in. When I got in, I went all the way through the classes, down through the learning part, on into the residential part. I got to the residential part. I met an old friend that we had growing up in Nigeria. Her name was Mrs. Connie Adeyeri. Connie Adeyeri, everybody called her, because that's what she called herself. She didn't pronounce it, like we do traditionally. So Connie Adeyeri was loved by all of us. She caused our mother's skin to crawl because she was so much a hippie. She loved the Lord, but she was such a hippie. And she carried her kids in the knapsack, and that wasn't in those days, in her back. And then she was a white woman married to an African man. She didn't quite know what to do with her daughter Lola's hair, so that always looked a mess. Her kids were just always running around. She didn't seem to have much control. She just seemed to love the disorder of her kids running around. So we loved her. And she became a dear, close friend of our family, in spite of everything, because mother was just like, Connie Adeyeri is coming over, but we loved her. And when I got to university, it was like the early stages. It's kind of different in Nigeria, but anyway, it was the Polytechnic, Polytechnic Ibadan, for anybody who wants to know out there, knows that school. And I was in the dorm for first year, you're allowed. Second year, you have to find your own accommodation because they don't have room for everybody. And Connie Adeyeri, husband, worked at the Polytechnic, and she said I should come stay with them in their little quarters at the back. So every house has a house, and they have like quarters for staff or whatever. They didn't have staff. Nobody had little servants like that anymore. So you had this other house. You could be like a guest house. And so I stayed in one of the rooms of the guest house. And so she accommodated me. So in this dream, she is there in the residential part of this university. And she's got these two little boys with her. And of course, she can't control them. They're just like going on the grass and people going up those steps. And she's like, hey, come. No, girl. Hey, boys, come back. And I'm just like, there she is. Can't control the kids. And she would come to my mother's house and sit on the floor. And mother would be like, heaven's to best day. Why is she so? She was just different like that. But here she is in the dream. And she is walking with me down the sidewalk, and I'm telling her how I was in a car accident. But I look normal, I look okay, and I guess she figured, oh, you were, like, well, you look like you're all right. But I wasn't all right. And I had tried to find my way back to the Department of Mathematics, and I couldn't find my way. And I was so frustrated. And because I wanted to get back to the car, of course, and see if Gloria was all right, and go back through the whole thing of the ambulance and the police and tell them what happened. And I could not find my way back to the field or the car. I was stuck on the other side of the university in the residential area where the professors lived. And that's where Connie Adair is walking with me. And as we begin to walk, and she's thinking I'm okay, I begin to cry, which I never do in real life. I'm not a crier. But I start to cry that I can't find my way back to the field, and I can't find my way back to my car, and I can't find the Department of Mathematics. And then she looks at me like, oh, this girl is not all right. And I said, we had a car accident, and I'm kind of feeling funny now. And she's realizing that this girl was in a car accident. She's not okay. She's got up and she's walked around, and it's not all right. So she says, you wait right there. I'm going to go get my car, and we're another ministry, and we're going to go find your car. And so off she goes with her boys, and I wake up. You know, I usually grab my pen and I write the dreams down, but I didn't. I just knew I would not forget this dream. After a while, I did write it down, but it was you know, you wake up and some dreams are really strong and they're really there, and it was just amazing to then have the Lord continue to talk to me during the day, and hear things both on the internet and through people on Facebook and from the Word of God, and just listening to the Spirit. And seeing this accident happen, it looks bad. A tractor trailer has just hit your little car. Now, vehicles to me are ministry. Huge tractor trailer, ministry. Little car, little ministry. Has just swiped this little ministry off. What's my little ministry with Gloria and Mother and Harry and Dante and anybody else I'm staying with? It's caring for people. It's taking care of people. It's a sort of babysitting. It's a sort of companionship. It's a sort of being a nanny, being an aide, being a helper. And this is a great ministry. It's been going on in my life, full scale, since pretty much 2009. So 2009, pretty much, I was at Rose's house, and I went to someone else's house, and someone else's house, and someone else's house, and it's 2010, I was at my daughter's house, and 2011, here I am in my mother's house, and I've been here 6 months already. And as you know, my 6 months, 3 years and 6 months coming to an end. And this huge ministry side swipes me. And as I get up and I begin to, go through the day, I keep hearing the status quo change. Your status quo is going to change. And I realize, this ministry, whatever it is that's coming, is going to just wipe the little ministry off into the field. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to be like, whoa, I'm going too high. But I'm going to be okay. I'm going to land. We're going to be all right. Everybody's going to be fine. Mother's going to be fine. Dante's fine without me. Gloria's going to be fine without me. Everybody's going to be fine. Everybody's going to survive this seeming accident. And I can only think I'm going into the university. I'm going into another place of learning. But you know how long I've been saying, I want my own place where I can settle down and just be in my own apartment. Well, my residence is coming, I believe, as I go through this place of learning, and there'll be a residence on the other end. Now, it may be, because Connie Adair housed me, it may not be a residential situation like I want at first. Like I want my own place by myself. But it may be you will be with someone, and you'll just have to deal with that, And so it was just beautiful. I'm sure the Lord will continue to teach me and say things to me about it as the days go by and the weeks go by. But it was just to hear him start my day like that with this accident, with this tractor trailer. And then he got me during the day to look up what silver is, because the tractor trailer was silver, and that's all I saw was this big, long, rectangular shape of the trailer in front of me going, what? It hit us. Silver is redemption. It means redemption in the Bible. In many places it's used as redemption, it's of redemption. And, God redeeming us. And many of us, and I keep having to listen to this, we keep trying to do this video for Vonda where I'm talking about don't sin anymore. You know, God, Christ has redeemed you. You know, his blood has been shed for you. And you can stop sinning. You don't have to keep sinning. Redemption also meaning redeeming back the things you've lost, because many of us, you know, God says come up higher, and we jumped and we've lost everything: cars, money, family members, you know, devils just run havoc and just stripped us as much as, and the Holy Spirit let them, God our Father let them, because he says, good, I'm going to use that to deal with her so that she can be better and she can be free and she can be useful to the kingdom, you know. So it's just, there's so many things for us to learn. There's so many things for us to see, and he doesn't want us to miss it. And we've been living this kind of lackadaisical Christian life. Love the Lord, glory be to God, and he's like, oh, no, children. There's so much more. You're going to need almost an accident. You know, you're going to need a tractor trailer to come knock you off your tiny little car, your tiny little ministry, even though it's good to have had those ministries, but it's time to move on. And that was the word today, too. What are you waiting for? Come on. Come up higher. Come up higher. Why are you still there? Let's go. We've got things to do. And I just thank God for his patience, because as I asked this morning, what do you mean? What am I waiting for? What else do you want me to do? And he says, I'll tell you. You know, I love the Lord because he doesn't mind repeating himself over and over and over and over and over and over again when we act, you know, kind of dumb or loopy. Like, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean you don't know what he means? You got stuff to do, you're not doing it. So I went and started on and started doing things. Of course, you get energized. And I love him because he does bring these words to us. He does remind us. He does have these days where it's just all day it's just been talking to me. And he's been saying it during the weekend. This coming week is going to just be with your mother Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you're going to leave her alone by faith, trusting I'm going to take care of her. And he said, this is going to be a week of rest. You just rest yourself. When you get to the caucus, don't even have an agenda. When you get to the Black Caucus, just go in and say hi to people, hang around with Gloria, go places, go to different workshops, and have fun. He said, have fun, relax in your hotel room. You all go downstairs and enjoy the lobby and go get something to eat. He said, look, have yourself a ball and relax. This is a week that you're going to totally be quiet. It may even seem so quiet that you're like, oh, is anything happening? Should I be doing something? Don't start that again, he says. Don't start that. What should I be doing? Just sit down. Sit down and relax, because he is doing it. And we just need to look up. Look up into the state. Look full into his marvelous face. Use your imagination. Like, I can't see him. Just use your imagination. And then find his face and just stare at him. He's going to make you laugh and giggle and smile like he does me. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome, people. You hear me? Awesome.